Hey folks, hope you're having a great Monday wherever you are. We got snow again. We keep getting snow. Every time I go live, I talk about snow. I think we got about 3 inches today, so not too bad actually. So, what should my sacred word be in center and prayer? I thought I would talk about that for a little bit. And let me back it up a little bit. What does it mean to consent to God within? Well, what it means is, we give God permission to act in us. And I think of it as a reverse prayer, centering prayer. God is praying in me. I'm just sitting with God. And with the use of my sacred word, I'm letting go of any thought I engage and opening to the presence and actions of God within. And God prays in us because we use a sacred word. We're removing barriers to allowing grace to flow. So we're sitting with God, and our objective in centering prayer is to do nothing, to completely let go and open to the presence and actions of God within, remove the barriers between us and God, and to just let grace flow. So that is why we use a sacred word, and we use it whenever we engage our thoughts. But let's talk about what kind of sacred word you should use. And sacred word really is just, I'll say, it's a generic term because you can use a word, you can use and when you're using a word, it's not a mantra. You're bringing it interiorly to your mind when you engage your thought during centering prayer. So you can use a word, you can use an image, you can use your breath, or you can center with your eyes open. So let's talk about all four of these for a second. If you find that you're more of an auditory person, you might want to use a word. And I would recommend nothing more than 2 or 3 syllables. And it could be a word such as love, Jesus, ocean, trust, peace. But again, the purpose of the word is not a mantra, and it's not something you're going to ruminate on or meditate on. You're simply using it to bring you back to the present when you find you engage your thoughts, because then you're ever so gently letting go of the word too. It's really just a tool to bring you back to the presence. Because centering prayer really is a practice and a relationship with God, but we let go of centering prayer and just be with God. So I'd recommend a sacred word if you find that you're an auditory person. I discovered that I'm more of a visual person. So if you discover you're more of a visual person, you could use an interior image. For me, I use an image of a Jesus icon. I get the Richard Rohr daily meditations, and in one of them years ago, there was a Jesus icon, and it just stuck. So I use this visual image when I find that I'm engaging my thoughts. And I'm not drawing this image out and painting it out in exact form. I'm just more or less thinking of this image of the icon when I find that during centering prayer, I'm engaging my thoughts. Now, some people are more physical people, so they can use their breath to bring themselves back. Now, I haven't tried that, but there are people that use their breath. And if you find you're more of a physical person, use your breath during your practice. And then lastly, there's some people that perhaps are fearful that they're going to fall asleep during centering prayer. So they practice with their eyes open and stare at a spot 3, 4, 5 feet in the distance, perhaps. So that's a little bit about the sacred word and that, why we're using it. We're using it because it's helping us remove the barriers to God so that grace can flow, and more and more and more of grace can flow. We're allowing ourselves to let God give God as much of God as God possibly can. And we're picking one of these methods that works well for us. And don't switch it in the middle of your centering prayer practice. Stick with the same method. If you find that you want to change it, change it on your next sit. And then actually, I want to just talk about thoughts as well. Don't judge your thoughts. Obviously, let them go. And the neat thing about centering prayer is it really gives us the ability to take a step back and be the witness, observe our thoughts. Not during centering prayer, but after centering prayer, we can observe our thoughts, and we often think things that are just not true and tell ourselves things that are just not true. Oh, I'm too young and I don't have enough experience to try that, or I'm too old to try that and that's better suited for someone younger. These are just thoughts. Where I am not confident and I can't do this, that's also a thought. So we often tell ourselves things that are just not true. And centering prayer gives us the ability to let go of thoughts during centering prayer, as well as after centering prayer, and open up to our true self, which is the person God wants us to be. And that is a wonderful, powerful person that is right for the task. So you can use your sacred word during your non-centering times to bring yourself back to the present and hone in and focus on the task in front of you and let go of the things that aren't helping you. So that's all. I just wanted to jump on and talk about the sacred word, why we use it, the different methods of the sacred word that you can use, and then talk just a little bit about thoughts. Let me know if you have any questions. Put some questions in the comments, or shoot me a message on Messenger, or even go to my website, Silence Teaches, my contact page. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a question. I see Janet's on. Love doing this. It is powerful. I'm assuming you're referring to centering prayer. If not, I apologize if I'm wrong, but yes, centering prayer is powerful. Centering prayer, like the name of my site, Silence Teaches, centering prayer teaches us who we are. It helps us let go of who we are not and open up to who we are, the person God wants us to be. And I'm seeing you say trust. I'm assuming, Janet, you mean trust is your sacred word, perhaps, if I'm guessing. But that's all. Just want to thank the people that are listening. Thank you, Janet, for spending some time with me here. Thank you for the people that'll catch it on the replay. Hope everybody has a great rest of the day wherever you are. Much love to all of you. Take care until the next time I pop on.